On the night of November 20th, a live video streamed on Facebook showing an army of riot police standing guard as fire hoses blasted protesters with water on a bridge standing near Standing Rock in the sub-freezing cold. Chaos followed. Mass hypothermia, severe hand and head injuries from rubber bullets.
Hey, stop! Stop that right now!
Please stop!
Reports of smoke bombs, tear gas, mace. It was that night that U.S. Navy veteran Brandee Paisano first arrived at Camp Osheti.
I came out to Standing Rock November 20th to the 22nd, turned around to go home for the holidays, had a lot of guilt about leaving. It was really hard, and got home Sunday and spoke to another vet. By Monday night I was leaving and heading back out here again. I'm doing this because, you know, I signed up in 2000 to serve my country. Whether I'm in or whether I'm out, I'm here serving my people, and it's not just my native people, it's everybody from this country that lives in this country, and you know, you can't ever let that oath die, so that's why I'm here. Well, right now, with my fellow female veterans, we're really the ones that have been standing up amongst just the social media aspect and getting things out, and as a female, and an indigenous female, it's even more important for me to be out here to not only protect the land, but to protect the people. And I'm a mother, you know, and everyone keeps saying we're protecting it for our future generations, and that's the truth. And regardless of what side you're on, it's for the generations of our entire planet, and people need to focus on that. You just see the whole media blackout over the entire country. You know, I've been following this since April. I've had friends all from various reservations that are coming out here, and they're the only ones that are getting this out, and they can't get it out until they leave Standing Rock. And so the fact that this media blackout has hit is just, it's unreal. It's disgusting that our government is a part of this, and we're not able to fully keep our citizens of the U.S. aware of the environmental issues that are going on in our country. What I would say to my fellow veterans that are heading out here is that we need to remember that we took an oath, and it's to protect the citizens of our country, and that's what we're here to do, but we're here to do it peacefully. We are here to stand alongside our brothers and sisters of the military, and as well as our indigenous and non-native brothers and sisters. And again, this is peaceful. Everybody needs to remember that, because otherwise our message is not going to get out there. So Brandee Paisano, Laguna Pueblo, AO2 AW of the United States Navy, 2000-2005. AOYS. Hi everyone, I just want to thank you all for coming. We truly feel humbled for you guys having us in your city to be able to present something that's so important to us. I'm Laguna Pueblo from New Mexico. I'm a mother, I'm a veteran, and I'm also a water protector. Yeah, I've been following this for a while. Thank you. I've been following this for a while, and about September, I started getting a little obsessed. And I have an 8-year-old son, and I was just constantly on Facebook trying to find out what was going on, what the fight was for, and educating my son about our heritage, our culture, our people. And in November, he came home and he was running for student council. And the questions were, what is a leader? What are characteristics of a leader? And it was at that moment where I'm telling him, you know, well, these are the characteristics that you look for in a leader. And then it was, all of a sudden I just kind of had this moment where it was like, fuck this. Like, I need to show him what a leader is. The lack of faith that we have in our leadership today it's unreal. And for me to be able to show my child what a leader is and what you need to do to stand up when something is wrong and when people are being harmed. So I packed up my car, I headed out. I had only been there for about 45 minutes, an hour, dropped off supplies, headed to the bridge, and saw just complete chaos. So one way that I'm gonna kind of present myself is just go through a couple of photos that tell the story, and hopefully it impacts you as much as it did me. I showed up about 5 a.m. on the morning of the 21st, and there was 4 young Indian guys that were basically standing on the bridge. And, you know, I started talking to them and working with them, and one of the people I came across was Mowgli. He's an Akichita warrior. He's a young, amazing man, and I wish we had many others out there that are just like him. He basically was there as an Akichita warrior, making sure that people were staying safe and putting himself between the barricades and the water protectors. He took a bullet, had to go in and get 7 stitches, and an hour later he was right back out there protecting his people. It's pretty amazing. I'm not sure how old he is, but he's got to be in his 20s. And everything that he utilized to keep his people safe was what he had learned for 4 years in ROTC while he was in high school. So he utilized those skills while he was out there. The next story I'd like to talk about is, this is Mowgli's hand and the damage that had happened when he took that bullet. And like I said, he got bandaged up and came right back out. The next story I'd like to talk about was another water protector. He came out full of emotion, crying, walked up to the bridge, and all I heard was, "Papa, I know you're out there." His dad was on the other side of the barricade. And he said, "You taught me how to fish on these waters. You raised me on this land, but you also told me that I need to stand up for what's right. And I'm doing that, and you're not. You're on the other side." To hear that and see the division, the divide that it has created amongst families blew me away. I didn't expect that. And what we're going to tell you today is, you know, stories about our own experience, but what you're really going to be hearing is we're telling you a story of warriors, water protectors, and veterans, and I hope that you guys can all help us share that. Like I said, that was my first trip out there. I went home, talked to my husband. I said, I have to go back. I don't know how I'm going to go back, but I have to go back. The amount of guilt that I felt was, I drove for 2 days by myself back to Seattle and bawled the whole way. And when I found out the veterans were heading back, I just knew I had to go. You know, I went as a Native woman and a mother, and this time I was going back to utilize my skill set. And so I showed up Sunday night at home. Monday morning, I got a 6 a.m. phone call from a guy that sounded like he hadn't slept in 4 days and just basically said, "Are you ready to go? I need you to get on a plane tonight." And I basically threw my trust in that conversation and met some really amazing people that are allowing us to continue the good work that we need to do. So I'd like to go ahead and turn it over to Mark.